obscur troublera, dur courbera et fleurs. Clair, obscur, pavillon, peinture trouvera sans air.
All right, all right. All right, so finally figured out what the heck. Got my headset working again. What I needed to do is just reboot my system for some reason. I tried to link it through Bluetooth, did all the stuff, and nothing was working. So by me going to what you call it? Bluetooth, rebooting my system, It worked out. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Trying to get all my stuff here. All right. All right. Where the fuck were we? Checking audio. Yeah. Because it got a little quiet. It's telling me to check my audio. All right. What we're going to need to do, we're going to kind of retake what just happened. All right. All right. So, what's this? Valor game release. A trailer.
Even the crows refuse to feast on these bodies. This carnage reeks of something foul. Something inhuman.
Oh.
War takes its toll on everyone. What horror has been unleashed on these lands?
It's not like we never seen something like this before, so.
Some escape in daydreaming, some in madness. What madness has taken hold here? Am I dreaming this hellish nightmare?
Valor. What? Mortis. Huh. The Punisher. One last kill? What?
Hey, Frank. How you doing, brother? Talk to me. Tell me what's going on.
He's going through it.
Think God's gonna forgive us for the things we've done?
When this is coming out?
I'm not sure about me. But you? You ain't got a fucking chance.
Oh, next month. Holy shit.
That's all you got? That's all you got? That's all you got?
Ooh, the vest looks better. The vest look way better. I think this look better. Yeah, that vest. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for this. I'm down for the new Punisher. Woo! That looking good. That is looking good. That is looking good. This game also is looking good. This game is also looking good. We need to look at that. Come on, really? What was the Mortal Kombat trailer? Let me see. History. We need to go watch the Mortal Kombat trailer because we effed up. Because that whole thing showed us.
Mortal Kombat 2. Get tickets now.
Damn. There are 8 billion people on this planet.
Another
and
round.
Mortal Kombat is upon us.
Scorpion.
If we lose one more
Sonya. Johnny Cage.
the Earth is gone.
Liu Kang.
Johnny
Raid him.
This is a war to the fate of your world.
I hope your ancestors are watching.
Woo, Shao Kahn.
Now would be a good time to use
Kung
my
Lao.
powers, mate.
You wanna know my power? I am Johnny Cage. Ah, we're
We're fucked. May 8 next month. New Saibot.
Remember, if you fell, the earth falls with you. Uno mas, thanks, Ed.
Yo, the creator of Mortal Kombat is in here. That's a bartender. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, he's doing Stan Lee cameo. That's what he's doing, and that's awesome. That is fucking awesome.
Ed.
Woo!
Sub-Zero.
I am reborn.
Woo!
Mortal Kombat 2. Rated R. Get tickets now. Experience it in IMAX.
I'm buying that shit
Theaters May 8th.
right now. I'm getting those tickets. I'm getting those fucking tickets. Yo. 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 Ah, especially the end. Woo. Yo, that was badass. That was badass. Okay. Yo, that was badass. 50% price drop. What you mean 50% price
You need
drop?
to check your Xbox dashboard right now. What's up, y'all? I'm Ray, and this is my channel, Xbox Ready, where I get on and I talk about Xbox stuff. The latest news, rumors, games, accessories. I talk about everything going on in the world of Xbox to make sure that you are Xbox ready. Now, let's be real. There are a lot of people out there that are very quick, eager to remind us that gaming is not what it used to be. And in many ways, I can agree with that because, well, we're just dealing with a lot of things in modern gaming that we just didn't have to put up with back in the day. One of those things is the insane cost of video game hardware. Now, in my house,
Price
growing
going up.
video games and consoles, they were classified as things that you wanted, not things that you needed. At the
Yeah.
time, a new game would run me about 50 bucks. Obviously way cheaper than the 70 or $80 that some people charge nowadays, but back then it was still a pretty decent chunk of change. So typically, I'd only get new games on my birthday or Christmas, and I definitely wasn't getting new consoles the day that they launched. No, if it wasn't a major holiday, I was pretty much on my own. I had to save up my allowance, I had to do odd jobs, I had to trade in my old consoles to put money towards a new one.
New one.
But despite all of that, there
And I hate and I regret actually fucking doing that. I regret doing it because, but my wife, when we started dating for the second time, she bought me a PlayStation 2 when it came out. She got me for Christmas. And I until this day, I regret ever selling that PlayStation 2. I love that PlayStation 2 so much. And I hate it. And I hate that I freaking traded in for the PlayStation or the Xbox, whatever, 360 or PlayStation 3. The point is that I just hate that I got rid of the PlayStation 2. And I did. And I still, to this day, still beat my ass off because that was the major thing that I knew that she was the one. She went out and with her own money, this without even thinking about it. She knows I was a gamer. She just bought me a PlayStation 2. That was fucking awesome. I didn't need it, but that was awesome.
There was one thing that we could always count on back in the day. We knew that if we waited long enough, consoles and games would get cheaper over time. A mid-gen console would come out and drive down the price of the base model. That is not the case in 2026. No, for the first time in my entire lifetime, my entire time of being a fan of video games, I have watched consoles get more expensive. The same consoles, no upgrades or nothing. Xbox did it first. They raised the price of the Series X all the way up to $650. Sony held out a little bit longer with the PlayStation 5, but eventually they followed suit. And there's no other way to put it, it just fucking sucks. I've done a ton of videos speculating just how Microsoft can get people to buy an Xbox console at these inflated prices. And I may have just found the answer on my dashboard right behind me. That's right, when I booted up my Xbox today, in this row of tiles that's usually reserved for things that I'm not interested in at all, I saw something that piqued my interest. A tile that said, just for you, $250 off of a Series X. And when I click on it, it brings me to a very tongue-in-cheek offer on 4 different Xbox consoles. This is an Xbox offer. I'm sure that's just a coincidence.
Yo, I'm about to check my Xbox to see if I get this deal. Because I do want the 2 terabyte one, even though I don't need it. I don't need the 2 terabyte, but I want to buy it. If I do get an offer like that, I'll...
With the wording. Now, these are the prices that I want to see, man. $540 for a 2 terabyte Galaxy Black Series X.
Yes.
Almost so close, so close to that original launch price for just a standard Series X with a 1 terabyte of storage. Just under $400 for a Series X, $380 for a 1 terabyte Series S, and $300 for the same thing, but it's certified refurbished. I am so glad that this is a real thing because I covered this actually a couple of videos ago, but it wasn't something that I could confirm existed. The deal wasn't showing up for me, but it was for certain people on Reddit. I'm surprised that it showed up for me at all because people were speculating that it was showing up specifically for Xbox One owners. I haven't owned an Xbox One in a while. I gave mine away to someone who I thought would really appreciate it, but they told me they only use it to watch Netflix. Damn, really?
That's the same way I feel about the Steam Deck. I have the original Steam Deck OLED. And then when the OLED, now the OLED, LCD, the original LCD Steam Deck. And then when the OLED came out, I got that one, the limited edition one, the first limited edition instead of the white one. I want that white one. Sometimes I feel like going to eBay or anywhere, just trying to find the white one, just buy it. But anyway, so my nephew's birthday was coming up and my nephew was going to be 18 in a year in advance. But and he got into PC gaming. He was like really into getting into PC. So I assumed, okay, he's into PC and he's buying a lot of games on Steam. So I said, yo, I got a Steam Deck. I got an extra one that I don't need because it's the original one. I got the OLED one. So I give it to him. So in a way, it's justifiable me getting the upgrade so I can give the other one away. So I give it to him. And it's one of those things. I thought he was going to appreciate it. No. He was like, what the heck is this? I'm like, dude, it's like a Nintendo Switch, but better. Way better. You could even play your Nintendo Switch on it if you wanted to. If you know how to do it, you can. So he kind of took it, play a little bit. Then he kind of like was into it in some kind of way. But it's like if it's not on PC, it's not on his PC, then he will not play. Like, what the fuck? So I went as far as getting a couple of games to get him excited about it. That I'm playing on my Steam Deck. If I'm playing on my Steam Deck, he can play on his Steam Deck. For example, like Evil West. amazing fucking game. I could not stop playing that game on the Steam Deck. So I got him that. And he beat the game in a day or two. And I was like, oh shit, you beat the game really quick. That's pretty good. Would you like it? Yeah, I loved it. Do you play on the Steam Deck? Nah, not really. I played it on my PC. Bitch. Really? So time passed. Now let's say present time now. A couple of weeks ago. A couple of weeks ago. I was talking to his brother, his older brother. And his older brother he saw me playing with my handheld, so it was the Xbox Ally X, and he was into it. Like, he was really like, man, I wish I had one of these, but it's expensive. I cannot afford it. I said, yo, I give your brother my Steam Deck. Tell him to give it to you. He said, I don't know he's gonna give it to me. I'm like, fuck that. I call him, yo, you're not using it, right? No. Give it to your other brother. Give it to so-and-so. He like, okay, fine. He didn't hesitate it. He didn't give me no lip. He like, yeah, that's fine. Whatever. He go and give it to him. And his brother now is like, actually, because he's my nephew, I add him to my family plan. Not my family plan, my Steam family account. So I add him to my family. So he go into my library. Yo, he been playing. Yo, this boy has played so many fucking games. He's like, yo, dude, I haven't even touched my PlayStation. And the PlayStation is right there. I'm just laying in my bed, playing my games on the Steam Deck. Dude, I have that. They're like, yo, good. At least somebody is milking the damn thing. Like, sometimes you gotta find out who is the one. When you think it's that person and it's not, it's kind of get a disappointing. It's okay. I'm understandable if he doesn't play it. But I told him straight up, look, if you're not into it, let me know.
Glad I gave that away.
If you're not into the Steam Deck, let me know, and I take it back and I see what else I can get you. It's been years. At this point, he's like 18. I mean, not 18. He's like 20. He haven't said anything to me, so like, whatever.
Not sure exactly what the criteria is to qualify for this deal, but considering everything that's been going on with the rising cost of video game hardware, seeing deals like this is a much welcome sight. But there is a catch though. There's a timetable on this deal. For me, it says that this deal is only going to be active for the next 6 days. Would it be nice if these prices were permanent? Sure, but at least it's something. It's things like this that make me believe in the things that Asha Sharma is saying. She wants to return to Xbox, that hardware is important. She's exploring ways to make Game Pass more affordable. So seeing discounts like this, 35 to 50% off of their hardware, it really makes me think, damn, Xbox and Asha Sharma, they're putting their money where their mouth is. Despite what people say, they're actually trying to get people to buy their Xbox
that 2
hardware,
terabyte though,
starting with their faithful.
Because I got the 2 terabyte stick, the little special SSD they have for the. I have a 2 terabyte on that, and if I get that 2 terabyte Xbox, then I wind up having like 4 terabyte. Just saying, my mind is going here 4 terabyte instead of having like 3. Plus, I have an external 6 terabyte already on it. And adding
customers like me. Problem is though, I already have an Xbox Series X and an S. I'm kind of interested in springing for the 2 terabyte Galaxy Xbox, but I don't know, maybe I can trade in my Series X for that one. I could use the extra storage, but my hope is that people who have been wanting to upgrade to a Series X or S are getting served these deals. I think it's a great way to keep especially Xbox One owners in the ecosystem, keep them buying games through their Microsoft Store. That way they have a reason to stay when Xbox continues to release hardware, starting with Project Helix. Asha said that consoles were still important to Xbox. And given some other headlines that we've been seeing, Game Pass seems to be central to Xbox's strategy going forward too. And after seeing what games are coming to Game Pass in the month of April, I'm inclined to believe that. April is going to be a great month to Game Pass, and it's a start.
This is a pretty good, decent lineup. I'm not gonna front. I've been wanting to play this game. I know it looks stupid, but I've been wanting to play this game. Give me 1 second. I'm noticing I'm kind of lagging here a little. Yeah. Hold on a second here. Sometimes disactivating my camera and activate it back in again. Sometimes it just fix it. Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm back there. If not, I think I know what is going on. I'm using sometimes the NVIDIA background rule. And right now, and the reason you see the green there is because the shirt I'm wearing. The sweater, for some reason, reflects and it kind of makes this thing here. But using this other plugin, kind of take it out easily. Because usually I don't have to worry about that. But sometimes when I tried to do it before, but whatever.
Part of what should be a historic run
But yeah,
for Xbox.
Tiny Bookshop,
The warming
I
is
want to
up
play
for
that game.
April. You got a couple of games trickling down to the other tiers of Game Pass, including
When?
DayZ coming to
Coming
PC
soon to
Game
X.
Pass, Endless Legend 2, and FBC Firebreak. Now, FBC
Hmm.
Firebreak, I had high hopes for this game. I got to play it last Summer Games Fest.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of Remedy and the Control universe. Unfortunately, Firebreak specifically did not have a lot of staying power. They've had a year to work on this, though, and I'm really hoping that now
Prepare
that
co-op?
Firebreak is going to be trickling down to Game Pass Premium, that some people will give it a try, hopefully get some new life. What I'm most excited for is it's got to be Hades 2, man. If you have a Game Pass
I have
subscription,
it.
Game Pass Ultimate subscription,
I have Hades,
even if
so-
you don't, it's coming to Xbox, not just Game Pass. I'm telling y'all, play this game. It's coming out on April 14th, added to the Game Pass Ultimate library the same day. In Hades,
I've been playing this game before it went live to the rest of the world, or should I say to the rest of the console world. Because Steam I was part of the early exit part of Steam. And I was playing it when they were adding more to the game, little by little.
These two, you play as Melinoe, who is the younger sister of Zagreus from the first game. But even though Melinoe is the child of Hades, like Zagreus was, when you start out the game, you notice that something is off. Instead of being in the house of Hades with the rest of your family, Hades, Persephone, and Zagreus, you find Melinoe instead at this witch's enclaves at this crossroads, protected by Hecate. That's because your family, including Hades, is being held hostage by the Titan of Time, Kronos. So instead of, like in the first game, Zagreus trying to escape the underworld and make it to the surface, Melinoe is going down into the depths of Hades' palace in order to free her family and defeat
Kinda
Kronos.
annoying.
Now,
It's
there
kinda
was a ton
annoying.
of content in Hades,
But it's
and even
pretty
once you
cool.
get to the surface, there's so much more that you have to do. Lots of dialogue yet to be discovered, other builds and mechanics to mess around with. Hades 2 takes all of that and cranks it up to the next level, man. Because not only are you going down into the underworld to beat Kronos, this is a bit of a spoiler, so if you want to avoid that, skip ahead a couple of minutes, but there's also a whole other gauntlet that you have to run that includes you fighting your way up to Mount Olympus. The boons and the builds are insane in this game. The first time I cleared out the surface, I had a Nocturnal Arms build that basically had me feeling like Iron Man. I was like just shooting rockets and missiles at people until they were obliterated. It was awesome. This is a massive get for Game Pass. This is an amazing game. I know a ton of people are going to enjoy it. Nominated for Game of the Year last year. So yeah, highly recommend that you play it. However, on the same day that Hades 2 is being added, we're also getting replaced. Now, I actually got to play this game when I was in San Francisco for GDC. I love the art style and the vibe of this game.
That
Very
looks cool.
Blade Runner, cyberpunk.
That's cool. No, that look cool.
Aesthetic.
I'll
When
give it
sat
to
down
them.
play
I'll give
I
it to
was
him. That
completely
looks cool.
enthralled. The combat is very Arkham-esque. You even have like the little zigzag lines that appear over someone's head when they're about to attack, so you can parry or dodge. And they also have an execution mechanic, which is absolutely awesome. It never gets old. Outside of that, you do a little bit of platforming. You do a little bit.
I
of
like the
sneaking
look because it
around.
kind of
Overall,
looked
I'm really
very
excited that this game is coming to Xbox, and it's gonna be play anyway.
but also
I see a lot of
almost
people are excited
realistic.
about vampire crawlers. I don't know too much about this game. It's from the same guys who did Vampire Survivors, which I loved, of course. But I don't know, man. I'm not really into card games. I know a lot of people are. Like when Balatro came out, people were so excited.
Balatro
about
was
that.
good.
I mean, the
That-
only
that-
card
that was
game that I
good.
really got into was Gwent in The Witcher 3. It's also interesting to see that the
I
Modern
couldn't get to-
Warfare 2019
into Gwent.
remake is going to be added to Game Pass Premium. This isn't unusual. There are Call of Duty games in that lower tier of Game Pass, but the more I think about it, the more questions I have. First of all, the main reason, or what people believe the main reason behind Xbox raising the price of Game Pass Ultimate was to compensate for the loss of sales for any new Call of Duty games that they put on there day one. one. However, you look at the Call of Duty titles available between the two, Game Pass Ultimate versus Premium, and the only difference that we see is that Black Ops 6 and 7 are on Ultimate and they're not on Premium. Like, is it really worth that extra $15 bump or whatever the difference is between Premium and Ultimate? The other question is, where are all the Activision games? Yeah, it's cool to see Call of Duty on Game Pass, but there are so many Activision and Blizzard games that are not on Game Pass for whatever reason. Once Microsoft acquired ZeniMax Media, it really didn't take too long to see the Bethesda catalog integrated into the Game Pass library. I'd say the only exceptions were Deathloop, because that was tied up in an exclusivity deal, and Ghostwire Tokyo. One of the big reasons people were excited about the Activision Blizzard acquisition was to see all of their games being added to Game Pass. It was supposed to be this explosion of value for Game Pass. So while it's cool to see that they're still working on it, yeah, we're getting Modern Warfare and Game Pass, where's the other stuff, man? And of course, to round out the month, we have Killin coming on the 23rd. This was one.
This looks fucking cool. I saw this and I was thinking my wife. I'm like, I think my wife will definitely like this game. This game looks pretty interesting.
The game showed off at Developer Direct. It's Double Fine's new title. The Xbox Wire describes it as a pottery power fantasy celebrating both creativity and destruction, the pleasure of making beautiful things and then smashing them to smithereens. From the trailer, it looks like an arena fighter, but your character is a literal piece of pottery that you create before you head out. You can be like a huge jar that carries around a bunch of water. You can make all sorts of crazy stuff, it looks like. Later this week, I'm going to be going to a gameplay event for this. So if you want to hear my thoughts about it ahead of its official release on the 23rd, check back in later this week. Why don't you subscribe while you're at it? And to wrap everything up, guys, I wanted to talk about one of Xbox's most anticipated games of the year, Forza Horizon 6. A ton of people looking forward to this game, especially after the resounding success that Forza Horizon 5 was. And even after 4 years of being around, people couldn't get enough of it, because when it came out on PS5, it surged to the top of the sales charts there too. There's a ton of hype around this game, and even more so after media outlets shared their hands-on experience with the preview build. I saw people like Windows Central, The Verge, SkillUp did a video where they all got to play the first hour of the game. The impressions from the preview are overwhelmingly positive. So in total, they got to play the opening showcase race, 3 story missions, 10 activities, and then they got to explore the map. SkillUp says driving end to end from Japan will take 12 minutes versus the 9 minutes that it took to travel to the top of the map in Forza Horizon 5 in Mexico. And referring back to SkillUp's video, he says that he was really impressed with the density of urban environments and cities. There's apparently a fog of war system when it comes to the map. I think that's pretty cool. And it seems like in FH6, there's a bigger emphasis on progression than there was in FH5. A lot of that is tied to the quote-unquote story, if you can call it that, because unlike in Forza Horizon 5, where you were like this world-renowned superstar racer, and in FH6, you're just this tourist visiting Japan, and you have to work your way up so you can compete in these events. Everything that we're hearing and seeing about this game looks dope, and I'm so happy. I wasn't really worried because, well, Forza Horizon 5 was such a hit. All you needed to do was just make the map bigger and better for the 6th game, and I feel like you had a winning formula, but you never know in game development. If April, especially with the launch,
that was kind of cool with a little snow coming over.
Period for Xbox. The release of Forza Horizon 6 and
another one coming up.
The start of what could be a historic run for Xbox, especially considering the June showcase is just a couple weeks after this game launches. People are describing this game as an incredible spectacle.
That's kind of cool. You go through the trees.
For car lovers who love adventure. And I was really happy to see that a game
like
this is getting its own
that.
accessories as well. They're going to be launching a limited edition controller and a headset that's going to release the same day the game does. As far as how that's going to look, though, we don't really know yet. They haven't revealed the design. But the one that they did for Forza Horizon 5 was awesome. I loved the rubberized grips. I loved the splash of pink and blue on top of the yellow see-through faceplate. I have no doubt in my mind that this one's going to be dope too. All of this together points to some really positive momentum going into that June showcase for Asha Sharma, hooking up Xbox faithful with some really awesome deals on console, rewarding Game Pass subscribers by loading it with really awesome games, and delivering on Ash's promise to focus on great games, starting with FH6. A lot of really great stuff to look forward to, with more to come. Anyways, guys, that's all the Xbox stuff I got to talk about today. Thanks so much for joining me for another edition of Xbox Ready. If you made it this far into the video, consider subscribing. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok. I'm at Ready Media on both, and we'll see you in the next one.
Okay, I'm getting pissed off here. Um, uh, some dumb ass is spamming again my dumb account. And who's this fucker? Who's this fucker? Who's this fucker? Who's... Let me see here. Yes, I've been noticing from yesterday. There's some people that been spamming other people accounts and chat saying, "Oh, go to this person is about to break their window or whatever." So I've been noticing that, and that is extremely fucking annoying. So I'm about to start kicking people off from my thing. Let's see here. There was a dumb fucker named GOW32 who did it yesterday multiple times, and then another fucker, Eliciando 123 also did it, and then today, and I bet they're all the same fucking asshole, GOW 32 also did it. So I'm about to I'm gonna time this fuckers out. Let's see here. Let's see what the fuck happens. Now let's see here. Guys. Okay, good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, instead of doing that, oh. All right, perfect. So what I did, I just blocked them out for now. So if these fuckers do start this shit again, I'm just gonna ban them all together. I just blocked them out for like a week. And I bet money they're just gonna try to do the shit. Is it though?
Hello everyone, I'm Sateos, April 2nd, 24/25, so we're getting discounts for new games as well. And due to this partnership, we're giving away one game to one of fine. And you can also find Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for
that's pretty good.
$24.25. So we're getting discounts for new games as well. And due to this partnership, if I'm pretty sure. So yeah, this, as you can see, drops into at 20s, even at the lowest settings with performance Pico.
Hmm.
And this stuff with more AI happening, I'm not doing anything special. The game has
Okay.
more combat than the original. They're going to detect me there. Best case scenario when it comes to GPU frequency. But again, since the CPU is needing that power, let's run around a tiny bit.
All right. Let's take a look here. I just hate when people when do stupid shit like that. They piss me the fuck off. And for some reason, their chat is not coming through my multi-chat. I have to look in a different window, separate. Supposed to come through here. Let me see here. Okay, so let's just add it here. See what happens. All right. So let me see. So I was gonna play the game today. So I'm still thinking about playing, but a lot of things being happening, they have not gone my way today. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna probably skip it. Yeah, I heard about the new Star Trek. It got canceled because all this woke thing. I just don't get how companies, they keep pushing that whole freaking scenario. They keep pushing the scenario of trying to do all this woke thing, and they need to stop it because you're pandering to just less than 1% of the fucking population, and the rest, even if it's 5% of the population, what the fuck are you pandering to them? I'm sorry. And the people they're pandering to, they're not going to watch your shit. Because if your movies or your shows are becoming very popular, or what you're doing, then I get you doing what you're doing because you're making the money. You're getting your 30, 40 million views or whatever it is. But you're not even getting that. You're getting only a couple of thousand views, maybe 500,000 views, but you keep dropping and dropping because your shit is bullshit. And the people who need to come in, watch your stuff, are not going to because they know what the fuck you're doing and you keep fucking that shit up. So, yeah, I need to stop. Yeah, I don't get it. I'm just double checking to see if there's anything else here. I want to play this. Sounds interesting. Tattoo Chaos Comic-Con. Oh yeah, I saw these thing also, the trailer from Horizon 6. We're gonna watch it real quick. This looks fucking good. This is gonna be in Japan. I got my steering wheel and everything, and the new stick shift came out this month. I need to order it.
Base Arena, and it is the start of a brand new day here at Horizon Japan. So if you're listening in your car or you're kicking back on the bullet train, well, enjoy your day.
Ooh. Man, I cannot wait to play this game too. Just thought of something. But damn. Okay. This looks good.
One rising star hoping to secure that purple wristband is Nakamoto Midori. To show they have what it takes to step to the next year of competition.
In-game footage, man. I cannot wait to play this game. Woof. Feel that engine. They're hitting their fucking trees.
Into air and
Yo. I love racing game. I just love them. Need for Speed or Tokyo Drift. I'm just checking to see where the wife is. She's almost home. She'll be here like in 10 minutes.
色川宇宙センターからガチャシティラジオをライブでお届けしています。1週間にわたって盛り上げてきたけど、今日がいよいよ本番。ホライズン放送衛星の打ち上げだよ。
There,
サングラスを
and
か
that
けて
little dot
一
is my
緒に
home.
打ち上げパーティーに参加してね。
Woo! Look at Cherry Blossom. That looks so fucking beautiful. Yo, this looks good. Woo!
Weather condition optimal for launch. Onboard system.
You just died.
Check completed.
What, you gonna race rockets?
Systems are go for launch.
What, you racing rockets?
放送へと軌道に乗せることができました。
Race to the festival.
all right, Horizon, it's your boy, Scotty Tyler, here at the festival site. What a day.
Ooh, look
We've
at the
seen
mountains.
race fans, legends, rockets.
I wanna throw myself
and
like
now,
that. I wanna go
a
to the
legend
clouds.
Convoy headed for the festival and leading the way, the amazing 2025 GRGT prototype. Oh my word, just look at that thing.
That car looks sexy.
Everyone is going to the festival tonight. Legends made at Horizon.
This is how they get you excited about the game. Especially when you play the game the first time, you do all these crazy events on the beginning to get you excited. And then you gotta start from the bottom, trying to get back up there.
Here it is, the final stretch. Welcome, everyone, to Horizon Japan.
Woo! Fuck, I want to play this game right now. It looks so fucking sexy. Ooh, hands onward.
There
You
is
got
something
drift?
magical about being unleashed upon a Forza Horizon map for the first time. I'm restricted from showing you the first few minutes of my hands-on with Forza Horizon 6, and I think that's more than fair enough. I'm hesitant to even describe it, since the carefully curated opening drive of a Horizon game is really something best experienced for yourself without any
Well,
spoilers.
this looks good.
Can, however, show you anything and everything I did after I'd passed the prologue, and I've been doing plenty. Alongside establishing that the preview build was locked to the 30 FPS quality mode and that the 60 FPS performance mode will be available in the full game at launch, the preview documentation Playground supplied to us explained this preview was good for around an hour of linear play. It would, however, subsequently support as much free roaming as we saw fit. On my first day, I played through that hour, and then another. And then another.
Another. And
Until it was
another.
Suddenly, well, after midnight. The following morning, I dove straight back in and played all day again. If the preview didn't have a cutoff time, I can guarantee you I'd still be playing it now. Not bad for a build with just a tiny sliver of the 550 cars coming on day one, and barely a handful of actual racing events.
Look at that stadium.
Our Forza Horizon 6 preview contained 3 race events, a cross-country, a road race, and a trail race, as well as a smattering of familiar Horizon PR stunts, several of which were drift zones set on what are easily already amongst the best ribbons of switchback-filled roads in the whole series. The races were in service of earning the right to qualify for the Horizon Invitational, which will be our pathway into the Horizon Festival proper in the final game, although the Invitational itself was not part of this preview build. As previously discussed, Forza Horizon 6 is returning to the tiered wristband structure of the original Forza Horizon. I like the presence of race marshals and other festival infrastructure at the staging area for races. There's a level of credibility this sort of thing injects into the atmosphere, which helps the festival itself feel like it's a big operation run by actual people, and that there's more to it than just icons, menus, and loading screens.
Okay.
I will say the initial trio of cars has left me a little curious. That said, I'm not completely sure whether or not the selection itself is reflective of exactly what we'll see again in the full version of the game next month, or whether this was some kind of compromise
Next
for now
month?
that's bespoke to this preview build only. I honestly don't mind that they come carrying modifications already.
Toyota
before you
is Celica.
even slip behind the wheel.
I mean,
That
I
is,
told
it's
you, and that's a
probably
Toyota.
more authentic than the first Sylvia or Celica you'd slide into after landing in Japan would have had some work done from a previous owner. Actual, unadulterated bone stock survivor cars are arguably far rarer prospects in this context.
Really, I don't mind it, but I prefer those game they just simple. You buy the upgrade to make your car faster and keep it moving instead of going like trying to tinker the crap out of it, almost like what Need for Speed does. You know, there's an upgrade here. There's this level stage 2, like stage 3, like stage 4, and you kind of keep going that way. And you just, it's almost like what you building an armor or for your character. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, oh, you need this, you need that. Or if you're not into it, but you just want to keep playing, like, oh, this is a better tire than what you have. This will give you a better grip or whatever. Things like that. You know, make it simple enough for people just to enjoy it and have a better understanding. Oh, if you're gonna do drifting, you should put this tires instead. That's what it should do. Or have a specific cars will be drift specific. I don't know, but something simple for people.
What has tripped me up, however, is the slightly odd spotlight on the distinctly American GMC Jimmy. As a car dork, that's a bit too random for me, especially when Japan is already home to some of the most iconic off-roaders ever made. There were differences in the cars featured in the footage from Playground you saw during our March IGN First, compared to some of the cars I saw in these situations while visiting the actual studio itself in February, so it is perhaps possible that it's still a placeholder at this point. For now, it's just a little weird that this isn't, say, a Nissan Safari or a Toyota FJ40. For someone who spent hundreds of hours in each Forza Horizon dating back to the series' 2012 debut, the events themselves feel quite typical of Forza Horizon's robust and reliable brand of racing. The racing is good, which is what I expected, although I'll concede I didn't feel compelled to replay them during my limited time with this build.
That's one thing that you can expect too much on racing games. Racing games are pretty much straightforward. Just sit down and just race, pretty much. What I do like about Horizon Forza is they actually do have a rewind button. So if you fuck up, you kind of rewind your entire movement, and then you can kind of correct yourself before you did the F up.
What truly hooked me was cruising the world.
Yeah.
I just can't get enough of it.
That I would love to do.
Forza Horizon 6's map is a showstopper. My glimpse of it during our February visit to Playground Games gave me a hint of the scope and contrast the studio's vision of Japan was gonna offer, but in retrospect, the corridor of the map I was ultimately privy to at that time barely scratched
Dude, you don't see me coming?
I've always been an absolute sucker for that authentic feeling of digital tourism that a truly high-quality open world.
Me too. I'm gonna be driving around. Not gonna be racing. I'm just gonna ride around.
Is absolutely oozing with it. My initial reluctance to comb through the map too thoroughly before the full game arrives next month was rapidly overridden by just how successfully the world of Forza Horizon 6 immersed me into its Japanese driving fantasy. I found myself constantly compelled to explore and discover, with every new road bringing with it something eye-catching and interesting.
As an American, you're kind of used to driving on the right side instead of the left side.
I loved visiting the local race circuits dotted all over the map. Only one was an active time attack location in the preview build, but all of them could be explored and driven on, including an unsealed dirt circuit and a dedicated drift track. Despite my general reluctance these days to get too drawn into any competitive back and forth in games I typically play to relax, I guess I did get an appropriate enough kick out of finding a way onto the leaderboard at the time. However, more broadly, I just liked being at them. I love their rural grassroots motorsport feel, and I can't wait to spend so much more time at them with my friends and my sons. They just have so much charm and character, and their worn curbs, cluttered pit areas, and piles of hastily painted safety tire bundles make them feel like authentic places with real history. I've loved going for long drives through the countryside to observe how the surroundings change.
So fucking.
I can confidently say already that
I'm telling you, like things like this, if you have a good sim race like I do, I haven't shown it to you guys, but a second, this is annoying. Okay, there we go. We're back. So anyway, so I got a sim race, and what I love about it is that you feel like you're in it by doing like something like this. So if you're trying to teach your child how to drive and you got a good one, just have them to drive around. Just drive around and feel almost a similar thing. And this is what I like about Gran Turismo 7. You put the VR headset and you feel like you're more immersed into the game. Like you look around, you can see everything. It's not like you're seeing this black here. No, you see everything, and it's fucking cool.
Forza Horizon 6 is far and away the most beautiful Horizon game to date.
Nah, 5 was beautiful.
Driving up to the Japan Alps, the gradual blend of increasing amounts of snow on the ground is gorgeous, and I love the vivid contrast between the lush green grass and the beaming white snow shining in the sunlight. Ascending along stretches of mountain road, portions of which have been completely carpeted in blossom petals, was consistently stunning. Discovering shrines tucked away up quiet forest roads, or exploring skinny tracks that aren't even marked as one of the game's 662 discoverable roads has been fascinating. I've loved looking for complex drift lines at the huge docks, snaking around the massive stacks of containers and machinery.
Man, the videos people are going to be making. The videos people are going to be making here.
And again. I've spent a potentially inordinate amount of time scouring for car parks, and the verdict is they're everywhere. Car parks at the racetracks and tucked away on side streets. Tiny little parking lots hidden beneath overpasses, and a massive multi-story monstrosity down at the docks, complete with curved ramps for fulfilling all your Tokyo Drift fantasies. Right now, I was only ever discovering these solo, but I can't wait until all of these become personal places to meet up with friends for impromptu car meets or set-off points for convoys. Combined with the seemingly equally high prevalence of petrol stations, I think people who will be really looking to immerse themselves into Forza Horizon 6 in a proper role-playing capacity are going to be particularly excited. Perhaps above all, I've loved hooning around Tokyo City itself. The density and verticality of this space is unlike any other city playground has been.
They have to optimize the shit out of this game.
Entire sessions of Forza Horizon 6.
I mean, they did on the fifth one
of the city itself, and that is absolutely not something you could say about any previous Horizon game. It is colorful, it is detailed, and it is so varied. From the engineering spectacle of multi-level bridges and overpasses upon overpasses, to the tight and quaint alleyways webbed across the downtown district.
You found a mascot.
And yes, I've loved getting goofy. While I thought perhaps the Shinkansen might operate in its own little sealed-off instance, I can report it definitely does not. So if you too want to get hit by a bullet train, you have just over a month to wait. For more on Forza Horizon 6, check out the extensive developer interviews we published throughout our March IGN First and the latest trailer. For everything else, stick with IGN.
Okay. So for now, I know we kind of set up this whole stream to be playing a game, but I'm not in the mood right now, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call it quits for now, especially throw me off when I had issue with a headset. So I'm going to go ahead and call it quits for now. And I'm going to cook some food. So I'm hungry and the wife just made it home. So I'm going to cook some food for her, some for me. And depending how I feel, I'll get back in and then I'm going to straight up play the game. If not, then I'll see you guys on Saturday. Tomorrow's Friday. She has some medical thing that she needs to do. So I'm going to need to take her to the medical to her doctor. And then after that, I got to do a couple of the, what they call those? Errands, whatever. So I got to do a couple of things tomorrow. So I'm going to be a little busy. Technically, I was going to do tomorrow's stream, but like I said, I got busy. So I'll switch my stream to Saturday instead. All right, guys. Thank you for joining and have a wonderful day. Take care.